Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院。
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
And today we are looking at our travel English lesson and we're going to have a dialogue about picking the perfect tour package. That's not easy to do, right?
But it's fun to do it.
It's fun picking a perfect tour package. It's also good if you have a lot of money. Traveling is always fun with lots of money. Yeah.
那个是没有错的哦。
但是那跟今天的对话没有关系。
No. Yeah. 好，所以我们今天来到观光英文的部分呢，接下来看到的这个对话，中文的标题叫做"挑选完美的套装行程"哦。而且今天要来到这个地方，其实还不是很常去的啊，还蛮少见的，所以呢很有趣，赶快来学一学，还可以顺便认识一下这个地方大概的一个这个有趣的景点。
And yeah, we're talking about Israel.
对
Yeah. All right, let's take a look.
Picking the perfect tour package. Tina has just arrived in Tel Aviv with her friends and stops by a tourist information center.
Hello, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm visiting Tel Aviv for the week and I'm looking for some places to visit.
Well, there are lots of excellent places to see inside the city and great options for day trips as well.
My friend said I should check out the Dead Sea. Are there tours available?
Certainly, it's a great spot for relaxation. Here are some flyers with more information about the different tours.
What do you suggest we should see inside the city?
If you're interested in culture and history, you should really spend a day or two in Jaffa. It's an ancient port in the southern part of Tel Aviv.
Oh, that sounds cool. What can you do there?
First, there are lots of buildings that have been preserved for hundreds of years. Then there is a seaside park with many great cafes and restaurants nearby.
Is it easy to travel there on our own? How long would it take to explore the area?
Actually, some companies arrange bike tours through Jaffa. They take a few hours, but you'll have a lot of fun.
Excellent. That sounds perfect.
All right. Now we start out talking a little bit about what's going on. We're setting the scene, I always say. So Tina has just arrived in Tel Aviv with her friends and stops by a tourist information center. So she just got to Tel Aviv with her friends and she stops by a tourist center.
对
An information center.
没错，所以呢，我们先来看到这个对话的一开始，我们每次讲场景的设定啊 ，setting a scene 就是一个场景啊，那么你去 set 它，那意思就是去设定它。所以呢，我们告诉大家这个对话它是在一个什么样的场景下发生哦。所以呢，讲到我们的第一位角色叫 Tina 呢，她刚刚到达了这个 Tel Aviv， 然后呢是跟她的朋友一起的，然后他们两个呢 stops by 是这个经过一个什么地方停留下来叫 stops by 啊，所以他们停留在一家呢这个游客的资讯中心。
Now, our characters are Tina and a consultant. Okay, a consultant is any person who, in a business or in any sort of industry, thank you, gives you advice. Like they kind of give you advice. They try to help you how to be more successful or how to do what you want to do. That's called a consultant.
对
But here, it's this is a travel agent.
对啊
Yeah.
好，所以呢，我们讲 consultant， 中文叫顾问哦。顾问的话，感觉就蛮专业的。然后他通常是在某个这个产业里头，他可能回答你一些问题，或者是呢给你一些建议哦，让你变得更好或更成功这样子哦。那这里的话呢，其实我们称呼他 consultant， 感觉也可以啦哦。那或者是刚刚呢 Stevie 老师讲的，可能更一般，就是我们叫他是一个 travel agent。那么呢，这一般我们讲旅行社他的这个服务员，他就是会来告诉你一些有关旅行、有关观光的一些资讯，这也是他们做的事情。
So it's a travel consultant. Yeah.
也可以
Yeah.
All right?
Okay, so the travel consultant says, "Hello, how can I help you?" This is very standard.
对 非常的标准，你一定要知道的的问句就是你好那我能怎么帮助你呢？那意思就是有什么能为你服务的吗？
So Tina says, "Hi, I'm visiting Tel Aviv for the week, and I'm looking for some places to visit." Okay, so good idea to ask somebody who's there. Probably a better idea to plan before you get there. But so she goes to the travel information, the tourist information center. Maybe they maybe even have one in the airport. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah, 有可能在机场. But I'm visiting Tel Aviv for the week. You notice she doesn't say a week. She says the week. That means for this week now.
对
Okay? I'm visiting Tel Aviv. I'm here for the week, and I'm looking for some great places to visit, to go to.
所以 Tina 呢，她也很清楚就讲出了她的需要。她说呢，你好我呢就是呢这个礼拜刚刚有提到 for the week， 我这个礼拜呢要来这个来造访这个Tel Aviv， 然后呢我要找一些可以去 visit 可以去参观的地方。
And the consultant says, well, there are lots of excellent places to see inside the city. And great options for day trips as well. So this means there are a lot of great places you can see in the city, and there are great choices for day trips. A day trip is when you go somewhere else.
对
And it takes, all day.
对
Like if you were visiting Taiwan, you could take a day trip to like
淡水
Yilan.
宜兰 too
Yeah, 淡水 would be like a half-day trip.
半日游
Yeah. But, Yilan, you could go for one day. Go in the morning.
That's true.
Have fun. Come back at night. You could do that for Yilan.
That's right. 所以呢，接下来这个我们的这个顾问他就说了，这样子原来你的需求是这样子那么呢 ，there are lots of 就是有许多的 excellent places 很棒的地方呢 to see 是你可以去一看，你可以去参观的 inside the city 在这个城市里头，然后呢也有 great options 是选项的意思，选择。
Yep.
所以有很棒的选择是什么选择呢 ？For 后面告诉我们是 day trips， 就是一日游，有很多很棒的选择，也是有的。
Then she says, my friend said I should check out the Dead Sea. Are there tours available? So this, of course, anybody who's been to Israel, everybody's heard of the Dead Sea.
对，太有名了。
Yeah, my friend said I should check out. That means I should go there. I should take a look at the Dead Sea.
对，所以呢 ，Tina 她这时候就回答他说：“我朋友跟我说，我应该要去瞧瞧这个死海这里的 check out 是去看一看，去瞧一瞧然后呢，他说：那你有没有什么这个可供我选择的 ？Available 是有的可供应的，所以有没有可供我选择的 tours 就是这个行程呢
？And the tour guide said, or not the tour guide, the consultant says, certainly. That just means, of course, yes.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a great spot for relaxation. It's a great spot. Now, 它是一个好的点 okay? But it really does mean it's a great place.
对，
一个点在地图上的点
It's truly a spot.
Yeah, on a map, it's a spot.
对
So it's a great spot. It's a great place to relax.
所以呢，这里的顾问首先回答他说：“当然啦，这个 certainly 就是我刚刚 Steve 老师讲的 of course， 当然这个有这个行程的然后他首先肯定他前面讲的那个应该要去 check out 那个死海，所以他是回到那一句说 it 就是指这个死海它是一个很棒的放松的地点，这里的 spot 就是景点地点。
And then he starts handing some papers.
对。
In Taiwan, you say like DM, right?
对。
That stands for direct marketing.
Uh-huh.
But usually we say flyer.
传单。
Yeah. So, here are some, he says here are some flyers. with more information about the different tours. So he's handing her, oh, here's the Dead Sea, here's this place, here's this place. So he's handing her a bunch of flyers.
对，所以呢，这个除了死海，当然还有别的嘛。所以呢，他说来这里呢是一些这个传单上面有着这里的 with， 我们可以翻成有着更多的讯息呢，是关于不同的行程的，所以都给你这样。
Yeah. And then Tina says, what do you suggest we should see inside the city? While we're here inside, what should we look at?
然后 Tina 又再问他咯，他说那你建议 What do you suggest? 你建议我们应该要在这个城市里看些什么地方呢？
And we don't know, but we're going to take a break and then come back and find out what he says. We'll be right back. Okay, so Tina said, where can we visit in the city? And now the consultant answers her, if you're interested in culture and history, you should really spend a day or two in Jaffa. Okay, so if you're interested in culture and history, honestly, most people who visit Israel, that's their main interests, are culture and history. That's the biggest tourist attraction there.
对
Or I should say, the most tourist attractions with an S have to do with religious culture, history,
宗教文
the
化历
Bible,
史
yeah.
这些跟圣经有关的
Yeah.
其实常常是那边的人去的一个这个重点，这样，好，所以我们看到呢，刚刚在休息之前 ，Tina 问到说，你建议我们在这个城市里可以参观些什么？所以顾问就回答他了，他说，如果你对什么有兴趣呢？你对文化跟历史有兴趣的话呢，你真的应该叫 you should really 怎么样呢 ？Spend a day or two， 就是花个1天或2天到这个 Jaffa 去，这样。
Yeah. And then he tells her that Jaffa, he says, it's an ancient port in the southern part of Tel Aviv. Now, what is a port?
港口
Yes. So any place when you look at, the ancient world, right? All of the places that were old ports were old trading ports.
贸易港口
And so, yes, there was a lot of culture, a lot of history, a lot of things happening
对
in all of those cities. So he says it's an ancient, which means very, 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 very old, port in the southern part of Tel Aviv.
所以呢，他这个怕 Tina 不认识这个 Jaffa， 所以呢，他进一步的跟他介绍，他说 Jaffa 呢是一个非常古老的港口，位于 Tel Aviv 的南部。那么呢，刚刚 Stevie 老师也提到说呢，在历史上来讲，很多的 trading 的 port， 刚刚用到 trading 这个字，贸易的港口，通常这样子的港口因为很繁盛，那有很多的人来来往往做很多事情，所以通常呢，其实会有很多的这个文化跟历史产生出来。
Yeah. And I also want to mention another thing. The Chinese name for Jaffa is what? It's Jaffa.
Jaffa.
And the reason the Chinese is Jaffa is because in Hebrew, which is 希伯来文，
希伯来文里
Jaffa is pronounced Jaffa. So that's why the Chinese, it sounds like the original Hebrew name. Just for a little trivia for our students.
所以如果你看到我们的这个杂志里头，它写的是雅法那个是因为它在希伯来文里的读音是这样子的那但是我们在一般英文里头的话，我们都是念 Jaffa。
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so now Tina says, oh, that sounds cool. What sounds cool? Going to Jaffa. That sounds cool. What can you do there?
所以呢，这里 Tina 呢，她听完了，她其实蛮有兴趣的，所以她说：“这听起来很酷啊，那你可以在那边做什么呢？”
And he says, first, first thing first, there are lots of buildings that have been preserved for hundreds of years. Okay, so there are a lot of old buildings to check out. Okay,
对
there are lots of buildings that have been preserved, and this means basically they haven't been destroyed.
To be kept.
Yeah, they're kept. Preserved means to like 保养
保存
Okay. Yeah, they've been kept. They've been preserved for hundreds of years.
所以呢，这个顾问呢，他就跟他回答啦。他说，那首先，因为你问说在那边可以做什么那首先呢，那里它有很多的建筑，是怎么样的建筑呢？是那些已经被，所以这边我们看到了一个 have been 已经然后呢，已经被，因为呢这个建筑一定是被保存的，所以这边用一个 be 动词，然后再加一个 preserved 被动式，所以已经被保存了多久 ？for 后面告诉我们数百年之久了。
Yeah. Then he says, Then there is a seaside park with many great cafes and restaurants nearby.
然后那里也有一座海滨公园，周遭有许多很棒的咖啡馆和餐厅。
So she's asking him about tour packages. But now she says, is it easy to travel there on our own? Like, can we go there just on our own without a tour package? Maybe?
所以呢，他接着 Tina 就问他了，他说：“如果这件事是不是容易的？Is it easy？ 什么事呢 ？To travel there， 那这个到那边去观光，然后呢 ，on our own 是靠我们自己，所以是我们自己自行前往去那儿旅游的话，容易吗？”
Yeah, and this might be because, sometimes if you go on a group tour, then you have to get there with the group, you have to follow the group, and leave with the group.
That's right. You have a schedule.
Right. And so she probably is thinking, is it easy to travel there, to get there on our own? Do we have to go with a group, or can we just go by ourselves?
That's right.
Then she says, how long would it take to explore the area? How long would it take to look around and check everything out?
所以呢，他接着继续问到说，这件事要花多久？叫做 How long would it take？ 要花多少时间？什么事呢 ？To explore the area， 就是呢，我要去探索那个地区的话，那要花多久的时间
Yeah. And well, this consultant is nice. He's not trying to just sell any tour package.
That's right.
Which many people will do. When you go travel or overseas students, when you go to places like Egypt and Israel, be very, very careful what packages you get and who you get them from. Do not accept anything from people offering you packages at the airport. Free rides on a camel. Don't do it. Okay. So this consultant says, actually, some companies arrange bike tours through Jaffa. So a bike tour, you could go there, get on a bike, and ride through Jaffa. That sounds fun.
对啊，很有趣。
A bike tour sounds cool.
Yeah， 所以呢，这个顾问就回答他说，事实上呢，有一些这个公司会呢安排叫 arrange 安排一些呢这个脚踏车的行程在这个Jaffa， 所以呢，那是你可以参考的地方。
Then he says, they take a few hours, but you'll have a lot of fun.
所以呢，他接着继续跟他补充说 ，they 这个 they 是指这些 bike tours， 他们呢 take 会花你呢 a few hours 几个小时的时间，但是呢，你会玩得很开心的。
And Tina says, excellent, that sounds perfect.
然后 Tina 就说太棒了，这个听起来很完美。
Oh, it sounds lovely, but we won't find out about her trip.
Yeah,
You'll have to imagine.
but have fun, Tina.
Have fun, Tina.
And your friends.
Yeah. Now we're going to take a quick break and come back and review very quickly our words and phrases for today. Okay, looking at our words and phrases for today, the very first one we see is stops by. We use this a lot in English. Stop by a friend's house. Stop by a neighbor's house. Stop by. And, of course, we heard check out. Check out the Dead Sea. Go take a look. And we heard about it being a great spot, a great place for relaxation. And we talked about how important a port was in the ancient world. Even today, shipping ports are
Still
very,
important.
very important. We also talked about the word preserved, which means to keep in a good condition. And we learned about doing something on our own, not as part of a group, but on our own. We also learned the word explore. I love to explore. I love to ride around Taipei on my scooter, ride around the mountains and explore all over. This is a good word to use. And we learned arrange, to arrange a tour, to arrange a schedule. It's a great word to know. And those are our words and phrases for today. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.